Yo, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello? Hello?
I don't know if you can hear me, but I cannot hear anything.
I can hear you.
I'm gonna look for my gonna look for my uh, earbuds or something because I cannot hear anything.
Okay, I guess you'll have to change your sound source.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I can hear. Yeah, I don't know. This thing always does the same thing.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hassle.
Yeah, it's Discord, but whatever.
Yeah. So, what's up? What's going on?
All right. So everything's fine. Eddie told me that you had some questions or something for me. I mean, you heard. I guess you heard the conversation I had
Yeah, I did.
with. Yeah. So you had some
Yeah, I
further
just wanted
questions for
to.
me.
Yeah, I just had to, like, sort of. There were, like, a few things that interested me, and I just wanted to ask you that. So, I guess I can
Oh
start. Yeah, you want to say something?
no, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
yeah. Yeah, like in the conversation, like I felt like you have like quite a bit of a like a I'm not sure if I should say the word hate, but like some kind of distaste about utilitarian values in general. Like, is that like are you like a pure classical deontologist or something like that? Is that why you have the attitude towards utilitarian values?
All right, about the utilitarian thing, I just have a general disdain for all that. Not only the utilitarian, but like the consequentialist. Anything
Yeah,
that
any
can,
consequentialist, yeah.
anything that is used as a device to basically to hurt animals in any way. I have I don't like it. I don't approve of that. So
Mm-hmm.
to me, all I see from utilitarians and consequentialists as is that they come up with these convoluted things where they justify doing this harm because it will do this good afterwards, or this thing is bad, but then that thing would be worse. So let's do this one. It's like with veganism, at least, I think that it is very clear that it's just a deontic stance that we should just not use animals at all. We just should separate. It's the separation of humans and animals altogether. So I don't know, and that's how I see it. Now, I'm not saying I'm a deontologist in everything because obviously in life we all make decisions also based on consequences and stuff like that, depending on the situation, circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not like, oh no, I'm this rigid thing, and anything outside of it, I'm never going to do this or that. And I don't follow that kind of mindset.
Um,
It's like it could depend on any circumstance, but yeah, for what when it comes to the animals, yeah, full on deontology. Let's not even like there's no negotiation possible here. Like at least that's how I view it.
okay, so like in general, like if I'm getting your view correctly, like in general, you have like maybe like a pluralist kind of view where you care about consequences, you also care about rules or like deontic principles or whatever. But when it comes to like veganism, in that context, you're only going to be like a like you only view it as like a deontic stance, and there's no scope for consequences. Consequentialism in general, is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think that yeah, at least that's how I see it right now. I
Mm-hmm.
think that it's very clear that that's what veganism is. It's just a deontic stance that we should not mess with animals in any way.
Okay.
And so
So.
so so
Mhm.
yeah so yeah so when someone uses like consequentialism or utilitarianism or any other of these philosophical stances or whatever it is, to then try to, well, let's do this to animals or let's do that to them, and it's like, I don't know, that's when I take issue with it.
Yeah. So let me just. So let's say there was this case where you could crush one ant, right? And all of animal agriculture would just disappear, and like all the leftover animals, we just take care of them. We'll have like a vegan world. There are like sanctuaries who take care of these animals. But in order to achieve that, you had to like crush one ant. uh, would you do it, or would you say it's vegan, it's compatible with veganism?
So in this case, I would be crushing one ant,
Mm-hmm.
right, to save the entire like animal
Yeah, all the
kind from
animals
from
that
humans.
are like that have already been bred into existence for animal agriculture. Yeah.
I mean, that's the type of thing that I'm talking about, because there, to me, it's not why should I have to do that. Like that's the thing. In this hypothetical,
Mm-hmm.
that's where my deontological stance is, what I'm saying. Like we should just not do anything to animals. So it shouldn't fall on me to have the responsibility to
No, no,
negotiate
I'm not saying there
this
is a
thing.
responsibility or anything like that. I'm not saying you're obligated
No,
to do it.
no,
My
no, no,
question
no.
is whether
But in
you'd
this,
find it permissible.
yeah, but if I don't do it, the thing is, if I don't do it, it continues, right? In this hypothetical, uh,
It
animals just continue to be exploited
That's right.
for whatever reason. It's just that if I do it, so if I don't do it, they continue to be exploited. If I do it, then they, I don't know, magically they stop doing that to animals for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, it is a hard one because you could make the case that, well, I still crush ants when I'm walking anywhere or something like that. I could still squash a bug
No, no, this is like
unwillingly.
there's an ant in front of you. There's like
No, no, right, right,
yeah.
right, right. Yeah, I know. In this hypothetical, yes, I would be doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could make the case that even if that I could even do it by accident, so it wouldn't make much sense to not do it. I don't know. Like that could be a thing. That it could be argued that way. But to me, what I would argue is they shouldn't fall on me like to, oh, if you squash this bug then you save, like it shouldn't be something like that. There should be no negotiation because the right thing to do is just to leave the animals alone anyway. So to me
Wait,
it doesn't
but like
have to
that's not
be.
really like interacting with my question, right? Like I'm asking you whether you think it'll be like compatible with veganism, or you think it's morally permissible to crush the ant.
I mean, here's the thing, compatible with veganism, I don't know, because here's the thing, since veganism is an ethical stance and not a set of practices, even if I do that, I didn't turn the world vegan or anything like that. What I did was they just stopped doing I mean, something just stopped happening, not for any ethical reason,
No, no,
and
no.
then I don't have
Let's say
the
we can build that in. Let's say you crush the ant and magically everyone now has vegan values and everyone just starts loving animals and taking care of them, not exploiting them, whatever.
right. I don't know. I don't think I would do it either that way because to me, people need to make that decision. Like it's just something that
Okay, so you wouldn't do
it.
it, right? But like, do you think if someone were to do it, you think that's compatible with vegan values, or like, do you think that's compatible with veganism? Let's say I went ahead and I did it. Like, do you think I did something bad, like on the net, or do you think I did something that's like bad, like or like carnist or whatever?
I mean, I really, I don't really know where the if it's compatible or not, or if it's like a, I mean, it obviously would be a good thing. It has a good consequence, right? That we finally put an end to this,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, whatever, this horrible thing that we do as humans here. And uh, so, yeah, it does have a great consequence. But then again, I don't know if it falls even under the vegan thing, because veganism, as I said, is just an ethical stance. Now, if you make people magically just go vegan, you would be basically altering everyone's mind,
Right.
which is also something that I don't like, because also it could lead to other stuff. Then, like, you can just press this button to make everyone do this, or press this button
No,
to
no, no.
have this other thing
Let's say
happen.
all
And
of that is not possible. The only thing that's like that I like there is power to do is to just turn the world vegan by just crushing this one ant. And like no, there's no further mind control or whatever. Like everyone just goes back to being the same as they were, but they will be invigorated with vegan values basically.
mm, I mean, ah, I mean, obviously, I do want the entire world to go vegan, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I don't want to control anyone as it is. It's just something that everyone has to do by themselves. So I would say that there is justification to do it. Whether I would do it or not personally, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, no,
That's
it's
like,
fine. Like
I don't know if I would.
like I'm not sure. Like it's fine. Even if you don't know if you would do it or not. Like, do you think you have like a positive attitude to that being done? Like, let's say I decide to do it, and I do it. Like, I crush one ant. Like, what kind of attitude do you think you would have towards me? Would you
I mean,
say
if
like
you,
I did something good? You say I did something bad? You say I did something that's not vegan?
I mean, obviously, I mean, it could be like a mix. It's basically just a mixed bag. Like, yeah, sure, it's like bad to just, uh, let's say in this case, like you're killing an ant, let's say on purpose, but then you save all these other creatures or whatnot, or you made like the entire humanity finally, accepted veganism, and yeah, we're never going to do anything to animals ever again.
Mm-hmm.
um, I'd say it's like I don't know, it's like kind of a mixed bag. Like, it's still, killing is still wrong, but in this case, you could make a case for it being uh, justified in that sense. I don't
Well,
know.
I'm not asking if I can make a case for it. I'm asking you whether you think it's justified or whether you think it's permissible, whether you think it's impermissible. Like that's the answer. I'm like that's the category of answers I'm looking for. Either you think it's permissible or you think it's not permissible.
Hmm. I mean, it's a, I don't know. For me, it is a tough one, because it's
Mm-hmm.
like I said, like it has two things that I don't really like. Like, you're not only uh, like killing on purpose, but also you're mind controlling everyone else. So I don't know. I
Okay,
don't
so
know.
like you're
I
agnostic about
cannot.
this question. Like
Yeah,
you're
it's
agnostic
a
about
it's
whether
a
it's permissible or not.
difficult. Yeah, it's very difficult. I don't think I have an answer right now for that. I don't know. I don't know if I have a clear answer.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you can take time to think about it, I guess. But like, I'll just point out that, like, if you're being strictly deontological with veganism, then, uh, yeah, I don't like it would just follow that you ought not do it. So if you're having like reservations about whether it's permissible or not, it seems to me that like you don't have like purely deontological attitude towards veganism.
I mean, well, that's what I'm trying to say. That there's like different scenarios or stuff. Obviously, this hypothetical. It's not a reality.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I base my views on what's real and what's actually happening and what's possible. So in this hypothetical,
Well, this is a
I don't
logically
know.
possible
Like,
hypothetical.
yeah, I don't think that's an actual thing, but yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying it's an actual
uh,
thing. I'm just saying it's logically possible. Like I don't see a contradiction there.
no, no, I mean, it's like an outlandish thing where, oh, you do this, or in this case, like press a button or squash a bug and save everyone else. That's not a situation that will happen. Like, it's just
I
a
mean, it's
hypothetical.
sure, like you could say it's unlikely, but I wouldn't say it's not gonna happen or anything. But anyway, like you know, we are going off track. But like the point just is that if you're being purely deontological about veganism or like vegan values, and you think it's like a derivative of deontology, it would just follow that it's not permissible to crush the ant. But if you're having like um, reservations about what the answer should be, then it seems like either there's a contradiction or you don't really have like deontological outlook towards veganism. It's just like I don't know, maybe
No,
some.
no, of course. I mean, I'm just trying to see all the scenarios, all the implications
Yeah,
of that,
let's say
obviously.
there are no
But
other like implications. It's just that you turn the world vegan and that's all. That's like that ends your impact on the world basically. Like you don't need to think about like, oh, like maybe there's like extra mind control. Like no, like that stuff is just not baked into the hypothetical.
right. Uh, I don't know. I don't think I would do it. Like, to be honest, I don't think so. I don't think I would do that. Obviously, I'm not in that situation, so I don't know exactly. But thinking about it, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it would still. I would still be like a killer anyway. So I don't know. That's something I definitely don't want to be.
And if
So
someone
I
else
don't
were to
know.
do it, you would say it is impermissible, like it's something they should not do.
I mean, yeah, I would say also no. Uh, because of what I said, not only are they killing on purpose, but they're also like mind controlling everyone else. So that would be a big no in my view.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the first thing that I wanted to ask. I guess the second thing I would ask is something that's probably related, but like, I think, like if I recall correctly, and like correct me if I'm wrong about this. You said something like if there was like World One, which was like completely vegan and still has predation intact, and World Two, which is like completely vegan, but we have eliminated predation somehow. Maybe we herbivorized uh, all the carnivorous animals or whatever. Um, and that's World Two. And you were asked which one you would prefer. I think you said you would prefer World One, where the entire world is vegan but predation still exists. Like, is that like a fair representation of your view?
Right. That was my answer. Yes.
Okay. So, would you say the same if we had a world with like mentally disabled humans running around and, preying on each other, killing each other, and eating each other alive?
Yeah, but the difference is there's no need for that. So
No, no, let's say they were like, carnivorous and they were like killing and eating each other. And you
I
would say the same thing,
mean,
like you would prefer a vegan world where we preserve this and we do like let's say we even have technology to, fix them to so to speak. But like yeah.
mm, I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, here's the thing. Even if we have like a technology to fix anyone or something, if you're like an obligate carnivore or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with that being doing what they have to do to survive.
Okay, but like that's not really interacting with my question. Like, do you think we should just let them prey at each other, like kill and eat each other alive, and like like not use let's like yeah let's say I have like this um like maybe like a virus that I can use to infect them, and it'll basically just rewrite their entire genetic like all the genetic components and all of their genome, and like that will give you like that'll turn them into like herbivorous or whatever. um and like you would say we shouldn't like infect them with the virus.
Yeah, I think that's messing with something that we should not be messing with.
So even if like there was like a world where everyone was vegan, but like there was this subset of humans which were like mentally disabled and they were like preying each other, and we had the technology to like fix them by somehow fix them and turn them into herbivorous, and then you can feed them and everyone is like fine, but you would still prefer the world where we don't do it.
I mean, yeah, because the world in which we do it, we're basically just it can lead to horrendous other horrendous stuff. Now you could say, well, no, that's the only thing that will happen. I don't know, because once we have the capacity to do something, we've proven one time and time again that we just don't use it for good. We just use it for whatever horrible stuff we want to do.
Yeah,
So
like I can just
I don't
want
know.
that away, right? I could just say, like, let's say we don't have any of the bad consequences and the world is just better off. Like, there's no evil that happens in the world later.
Mm, I mean, on the one hand, I still don't like the modifying anyone or anything like that, rewriting anyone's genes or anything like that. But I mean, if nothing else will come of it, and this will just be a good thing that happens, I don't know. It might might make a case for it, but still, it's like you're messing with something that's in my view doesn't correspond. I don't know. I wouldn't want to do that. I don't want to modify anything really.
Yeah, so you think it would be permissible or do you think it would be impermissible?
Mm, I mean, I don't know if it is permissible or not. In my view, it's like, you know what? I'm not going to meddle with something that doesn't correspond to me. So I would hope no one else wants to do that, even though we all know that that's not the case. And but whatever, that's just going somewhere else. So um, no, I'm gonna say that's not permissible to rewrite anyone
Oh, like
and mind
okay.
wipe them or something.
Oh, we aren't mind wiping them. We're just like changing their biology.
Yeah, basically we're just changing. Exactly, we're just changing whoever they are because of something that we view, and it's like not. I don't know. I would not be in favor. Uh, would not be in favor of that.
Mm, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I don't think a good chunk of vegans would sign off on something like that. Maybe we can do a poll or something. But like even in the first case, like I suspect quite a chunk of vegans, like sizable. I can speculate that most vegans will be okay with crushing the ant. And even the second case, like if there was like a world where there was just no evil committed henceforth after we do the genetic modification or whatever. We herbivorize predators, or predators in this case means these humans, right? Like
Right.
mentally disabled humans who are like preying each other. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not saying you should think this because most vegans or anything like that. I'm not making a case. All I'm saying is, yeah, maybe we can do a poll and we can see what kind of values vegans in general hold. Like, that's an interesting question.
Right. But like I said also to Eddie,
Mm-hmm.
if you ask me what I prefer, obviously I'm not going to prefer the world where there's still, horrible things happening between everyone or something like that, or be it predation or war or famine or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it is also not up to me to dictate whether these things continue to exist or not, because I would be rewriting something that doesn't correspond to me. And to me as an observer, no, it's just that it doesn't correspond to me or to us to change things that are the way they are for reasons unbeknownst to us, or maybe there's no reason at all, who knows. But we should not like rewrite anyone we don't like, because then that who knows what could happen. What if someone from afar, I don't know, some alien race decides that, oh, Earth is whatever, so we're just gonna blow it up? Or it's like, I don't know, would we sign off on that too? Like, okay, yeah, blow us up, aliens, because we're terrible. I don't know. So,
Like, I'm not sure if that would commit you to that, to saying it's okay for aliens to blow us up.
but yeah, it's basically like what we're seeing here is a hypothetical where the Earth, like the where that movie, the day the Earth stood still, basically happens. Like you have these alien people coming here, like, hey
Mm-hmm.
guys, you're doing a terrible thing here, so either stop it or we're going to wipe you out. And it's like, okay, well, who are they to judge what we do, or anything? Even if they have the capacity or the technology or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna take too kindly to someone from who knows where coming here and telling us, uh, you know, forcing us to do their bidding or exterminate us.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's what I said, right? Like, I don't see how saying that it's permissible to rewrite everyone's brain and turn them vegan would commit you to saying that it's permissible for aliens to come and rewrite your, yeah, or something like that. Like, I'm not seeing the, yeah, I'm not seeing how that follows.
Yeah, because basically that's what we are to animals anyway. I mean, what difference is between us and some alien from outer space? To the animals, we might as well be aliens. So if we're going to start rewriting them because we don't like what some of them do or something, or we're going to start wiping them out, or uh, implanting something so they don't reproduce as much or whatever, like we're controlling their existence. I don't know if that's, to me that's a not really, not only is it not compatible with veganism, it's just not even within the realms of veganism. It's something completely outside of it, and it's something that to me is completely deranged. I don't know. It's not something that I would like.
Um, you're saying that rewriting, or like, basically herbivorizing carnivorous animals, you think it's incompatible with veganism?
Yeah, I'm saying that. Yeah, it is, because it's about not messing with animals anymore. So to me, that follows that if you're going to rewrite animals or you're going to mess with animals further, then completely falls outside of what veganism is. It's not what it is. Like what we're trying to do is, uh, um, like repair our relationship with the animals by leaving them alone once and for all. So if we meddle more, we're not doing them any favor. What we're doing is just imposing our human supremacy over them and ruling and judging them for something that, as humans, we do, and we do it even worse, and for no good reason at all. So I would argue that we can't even be the judge of them. It would be like North Korea trying to say, "Hey, this other country is like, you're violating human rights." Like, okay, North Korea, shut up. Like, you know. So that's what we are to the animals. We are North Korea. So I don't know if we actually have even the moral high ground here. You could make the case that, well, what if the human world, I don't know, humankind finally goes vegan and we're not doing anything else to animals?
Yeah,
What
I mean,
could we
that's the
do
kind of world I
to
was
help?
positing anyway.
Yeah, sure. What could we do to help animals, and should we do to help this or that situation? I mean, we cannot. I don't know. Obviously, it's not that I don't wouldn't want to help. It's just that to me, if I meddle in that, then there's no end. We're never going to leave them alone. They're never going to be free, and we're always going to be like uh, imposing on them from our point of view and from whatever we think is the right thing or wrong thing to do or something. So to me, I don't know. It's not something that I would do. Um, and even if I wanted to, quote unquote, help some animals, I mean, to me, there's my hands are tied. There's nothing to do.
Do you think it's like unethical to like rescue animals and like have pets or whatever?
What now?
Yeah, do you think like it's like not vegan, or do you think it's immoral to like rescue animals and have them as pets?
Well, the rescue animals thing. I mean, in reality, I mean, let's be clear here. Like the whole rescue thing happens because there's this other thing happening, which is like the mass breeding of animals for like profit or other some dumb purpose.
I'm not sure that's
And
true, because like if you're thinking about like where I'm from, like if you're thinking about like my country, there are a lot of like stray animals. Like there are like animals on the road. Um, and they weren't like um, yeah, like I
but you're
don't think.
talking about but you're talking about wild animals that go into like the cities and stuff, or are you talking about like animals that were abandoned by someone
No, I'm
who
not
had
talking
them
about.
as a pet?
No. I'm not talking about any animal that was that was like adopted at one point, but it was like abandoned. No, like there are stray animals in my country. Like there are like dogs and cats and cows which just roam around in the streets. They were
All
born
right.
there, and like they were born there. They eat from the garbage dumps. Sometimes they get hit by vehicles, and that's when people step in to like rescue them, and some of them are taken to their homes and they are like kept as pets. Like, do you think that's unethical?
I mean, to those animals and stuff, I mean, we do owe them like some sort of. I mean, we owe them something because we made them in the first place. Because dogs and even cows or whatever, they're just domesticated versions of other animals that we've completely we made them into these mutants that they are now today. So
Well, I didn't do it, right?
any
So why
stray,
would I have the
I mean,
obligation?
sure, you didn't do it, but your species did. So we have, I mean, not you personally have a responsibility, probably not anyone else, but we need to stop breeding them. That's the first thing.
Sure, but like
Uh,
that's tangential, right? Like the question just is like, is it like impermissible to have these animals as pets?
Mm, I mean, I wouldn't have a pet, so I don't know. To me, pets are a no. To me, I think that's not a vegan thing to do.
So,
You cannot
like
have a
all
pet
the
animal.
vegans who have like some companion animal at home, like, do you think they're all doing something bad?
Um, in essence, yeah, they are.
Okay. Let's say there's like some vegan who has like a cat and they're like feeding them vegan food and like they're taking care of all their taurine requirements, all the nutritional requirements are met, but the cat is vegan basically. In the sense that the cat is being fed a non-animal based diet or whatever, do you think there's something bad being done by that vegan?
Yeah, they have an animal uh, locked in their whatever apartment or house or whatever, and the animal basically just serves a purpose for the human. You can call it a rescue if you want, but
Yeah, it is a
ultimately
rescue. Like
humans
it
don't
has been
actually
picked up
like.
from the streets and it's now, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It could be taken as a good action of sorts, but I don't see it. I think that I don't know.
So like
It's kind
all
of
the
weird.
vegans who are doing this, they're all like doing something bad, right?
Yeah, to me, they're doing something bad when you have a pet.
Yeah, I guess I'll just take that as like a reductio and all the among the other things. But yeah. Yeah, I
I mean,
guess
obviously, there are things. For example, if you're non-vegan today and tomorrow you go vegan and you had a, I don't know, let's say you had a pet macaw, you're not going to, I don't know what you would do. I mean, you already have the macaw, already lives with you, whatever. Uh, I don't know what would happen there. Like, would the vegan thing be to set them free or whatever? It should be, but then it's like, what if the bird just doesn't, like, is accustomed to a domesticated life or
yeah,
something,
I
and
wouldn't free the animal.
now you did this. So yeah, in this case, yeah, okay, have this macaw in your house until their untimely demise, and then don't have any further ones. When I went vegan, I had like a leather belt and a leather uh, wallet, but I replaced them as soon as I could, and that's it. Like, okay, sure, I had that from when I wasn't vegan. I turned vegan from 1 second to the other. I still had some stuff lying around that wasn't vegan. I started replacing them as soon as I could, obviously. So, okay, sure. But I'm not going to get another one afterwards. That's the point. So I would make the case that if you are non-vegan today and tomorrow you're vegan and you had a pet, whatever animal it was, okay, just keep that animal until their death and don't
No,
have
no,
any other
I'm
ones.
talking about like someone who's already vegan and they go out and rescue like a dog or something and they keep the dog in their apartment or whatever and they feed the dog a vegan diet. Like, do you think they're doing something bad?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It could be. I don't know. That's like. I don't know really.
Okay.
Um, I don't know. Like, it has other a bunch of different connotations of whatever. To me, like, it's just wrong to have a pet. Even if you're feeding them like a vegan diet or whatever, plant based, whatever it is, you're just furthering a pet industry anyway. Like, they're making pet food, but plant based and plant based toys for dogs and whatever. And it's like, okay, sure, you're just further commodifying the animal and making them just basically just a living accessory that's there with you that breathes and eats and sleeps and whatnot. So that's the mentality that we need to do away with, because with this mentality, that we're never going to stop breeding dogs. That's just what is going to happen. Like, this adopt don't shop thing is, in reality, is don't do anything and stop breeding animals. Just stop breeding animals. Why are we wasting time with these so-called rescues when that's not doing anything but furthering the same thing? It's like the same argument with the second-hand leather or whatever. That's just it's BS. It's like you're continuing the same cycle of seeing animals as things for you, and it's never going to end this way. We need to do away with this mentality that these animals are here for us to do whatever we want with them. I get it that you want to like treat them well and give them bubble baths or whatever it is, and this seems nice, but sadly the animal shouldn't even be there in the first place. It's evil that they even exist the way they do.
So like
So
the long and short of it is that it's impermissible, right? So if someone went out, some vegan went out and
no,
like,
I'm not saying it's impermissible. I'm just saying that it's not. To me, that's not it's not a vegan thing to do. I'm not saying if it's permissible or not. Anyone will do obviously whatever they want to do, but to me, it's like no. I don't know. Like just
yeah, it's something that people should not do, right? Like if there was a vegan who went out and rescued cats and fed them vegan diets, like that's something that they should not do, right?
right to me. I mean, no, I don't. I don't see it. But I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know
So let's
if
say let's say like a vegan went out and adopted like a human and fed them a vegan diet. You think that's not vegan? Like, do you think that's impermissible? Like, that's something they should not do?
I mean you adopt a human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's say I
Uh,
went out, I find this like orphan child on the road, and I just pick the child up and come back, and I raise the child as a vegan. Like, yeah, that's something I should not do.
I mean you can do whatever you want. I don't know. Like
Right, I
I'm not
can,
saying you
but like,
should.
you think I should not
I'm
do
not.
that?
I'm not saying you should or should not. Like that. That just depends on you. It's not your responsibility,
Right,
as
but
it is.
I
But
want to know whether you think it's something I should or should not do. Like, that's the question I'm asking.
mm, I mean, not should really. But if you want to do it, I would say it's a positive thing. It could be. It could be
Okay.
a positive thing, but I don't know if it is. Like there's many
No, okay,
variables
fine.
there.
I'm not asking you if you think it's
But
something
just
it
the
is.
action. But the action itself. I mean, you can classify it as a good deed. I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
classify it as good
what's
or whatever.
okay, so name the trait between this case and like the pet animal case.
I mean, the pet animal case and there's
The
a
baby
difference there.
adopting
Is
baby
that yeah,
case.
sure. I mean, the difference would be that humans don't breed humans to just have some living accessory or something like that. They're not just a thing that we commodify or anything like that. At least in my view, people make other people for a myriad reasons. I don't know, but being a pet is not one of them. I hope. So,
Wait, one sec. So
so
what exactly is the proposition that's true of like a cat that is untrue of like a human baby, but if made true, you would say it's impermissible?
I mean, if we were breeding humans on purpose to have like as an accessory or some sort of as slave of sorts or something, basically, just for our own enjoyment or something like that, and then yeah, I mean, it would be wrong to do that.
Wait, but like, is that like a proposition that's true of the cat?
I mean, yeah, it is. Cats, dogs. Basically, we just take any
Like,
animal and we.
I'm just talking about like a stray cat. Like, the stray cat was not bred by anyone. Like, it just like
Yeah, but the fact that the stray cat even exists is because we made them into existence,
what? What do you mean?
like their species or whatever. Like we made these animals happen. So I don't know. Like we made this to them. We could turn them into pets. So even if there's strays today, that doesn't mean that we didn't do anything. Like it's our doing. So I don't know. What needs to end is this uh, thinking that we can just do whatever we want to animals. Otherwise, it'll continue to happen. We will continue to have rescue animals that we're like taking care of. Oh no, but they're treated well or whatever. It's the same thing, and the cycle will just continue until no end.
Wait, so like what's exactly the proposition that's true of the cat that's not true of the adopted human, the human
But
baby?
I just, yeah, I think I just told you, but you know what? Well, I don't know. I don't know what you want exactly. Like I told you.
Yeah, like
I
I'm
told
just
you
looking
already.
for a proposition that's true of the cat but not true of the baby human that's found on the road. Like is it just that um uh like somewhere in the world someone uh purposely breeds cats, but there is like nobody in the world that purposely breeds babies or something like that. Is that kind of the proposition that's true of the cat but untrue of the human?
I mean, not that they're purposefully breed them, but that for what purpose do they do that? Because the cat is basically just as a pet. So when you're rescuing them, basically you're making them still into the thing that we were breeding them for anyway. So I don't know. It's
Yeah,
kind
so
of
like
I don't
plenty
know.
of humans breed, like they have children so that they can be taken care of by those children when they grow old, right?
Some people
So
sadly view it that way.
right, so I'm not sure
They
if
think
that's
of
like a
their
differential
children.
property of between humans and cats. Like there are humans which are being bred for some purpose. Like I don't see how the proposition that you named as the trait is true of the cat but untrue of humans.
I mean, it would be generally untrue. Obviously, humans were there's too many of us, and we all have different motives and points of view and whatnot, and we might do things for different reasons. But the purpose of reproducing your own is not to have someone to take care of you when you're old. That's not what that is. I
You
mean, someone
you
could
don't
make
think
it the
that's like
case, or
you don't think that's like a like you think that's some fringe purpose for breeding?
yeah, I would say that even if it is like a widespread view or something like that, which I'm not sure it is, but if it is, it would be extremely selfish, and those people should not reproduce in the first place. Because if you're just seeing your children as
Yeah,
future
but that's
free
tangential. The
labor,
point is if like the point is just that it's just not a differential property. So like you aren't actually like the trait that you actually named is not one that's differentiating between cats and humans.
all right, so what you're saying is yes, so what, rescue cats because some people view humans as free labor, so yeah, let's also treat animals the same way. Like I don't get it. Like
No, that I'm asking you what's the I'm asking you to name the
like
trait. Like, what's the symmetry breaker? Because the symmetry breaker you gave is just not a differential property because that trait is untrue. And that's true of both humans and cats. So it's not a trait that's true of cats but not true of humans.
mm, all right, I don't know, then the trade would be I don't know if there even is a trade. All I know is then these house cats or whatever, they shouldn't even have existed in the first place. That's the point.
Yeah,
So we
but
made this happen for
if you think
generations,
there's no
and now it's a
trait,
problem.
yeah, if you think there's no trait, like that'll just
No,
lead
I
you
don't
to
know
a
if there.
contradiction.
I don't know if there is or not. Like at this point, you have me all confused. I don't know. I told you what I think already, and you're like, no, but that's because some humans view it this way. Then it's not a definitive trait or something. Well, it is just because you have a wrong or skewed view of the world doesn't mean that the person is right in doing so. Like, it doesn't mean
Yeah,
humans
I
are
don't
a
see like the
caretaker
relevance
of all
of this.
people. That doesn't
Yeah.
make them that. It's just that this person thinks that way, but they're just a selfish person. So I don't know. Like,
So wait, so like do you think like there's some proposition that's true of cats that if made true of human
yeah.
babies would make you say it's bad to adopt human babies? Because like clearly like you have different attitude towards adopting human babies and you have different attitude towards adopting cats, right? Now I'm asking you for a symmetry breaker for that.
Well, I don't know. Like, I have no idea what the symmetry breaker would be. I told you already what I think, and you say that's not admissible. Then okay, whatever. I guess it's not admissible, but I'm going with that. I have no further thing to say. Yeah, what can I tell you?
Okay, so is there anything that, so let's say you have World 1, you have World 2, World 1 is like a human
Uh,
baby, World 2 is like, um, you know, like a cat, and then there's like a bunch of intermediate worlds where like we are changing one proposition at a time between World 1 and World 2. Like, do you have any idea where your value would change?
okay, what? I don't even know what that was. Like, we
Okay.
have
So
like a
let's
world one.
yeah,
Okay. Uh-huh.
let's say there's world 1, okay? World 1 is like someone is adopting a human, like a human baby, right? And world 2 is someone adopting a cat. And in both worlds they are going to feed them a vegan diet or whatever. They themselves are vegan. All of this is like sort of built in. And there's like a bunch of intermediate worlds where, the human baby now has like a tail, and then there's like a world where the human baby has a tail and like you know um, a fur, and then there's like a world where the human baby has like um, they have a tail, fur, claws, and then all the way till a cat. And the question is like, is there any point where like, do you have any idea where um, you would say, okay, at this point it's wrong to, adopt this baby?
Oh, so you're just looking. Okay, so you're just looking for like a physical
No, it doesn't have to be
uh,
a physical trait.
factor to determine which one is good or bad to adopt.
No, no,
But that's not what I'm trying to say
no, no,
here.
no, it
I'm not
doesn't.
saying, oh, humans are different than cats, so it's okay to adopt humans. I'm saying it's not. I'm not even saying it's okay to adopt human. You don't know if it's okay or not because the adopted human could be some mass murderer in the future. So you have no idea of knowing if that's going to be a good decision or not.
Yeah, yeah, no, no,
That
no.
you
We
want
are
it.
warning
So
all of that away. Let's say it's not like a mass murderer or whatever.
so I mean, the action could be seen as. In fact, both actions. I'm pretty sure society would see them as a good thing. But then again, just because it's seen by society as a good thing doesn't mean that it is. Many things have been seen by society as good or permissible or whatever, and they've been
No,
wrong.
I'm not asking about like the
So,
society. What do you think the society thinks? I'm asking you what you think about this.
hmm, I don't know. I have no answer to that. I would not personally like adopt anyone, human or non-human animal.
No, I'm not asking what you would do. I'm asking you what you think is permissible and not permissible.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, permissible. I don't know. I mean,
Like
cannot say that it's not
you would look at
permissible.
that and say like permissible just means you would look at that and say yeah you did not do something that was bad. Impermissible is just something that you would look at it and say you did something bad.
Uh, I mean,
So in this case, do you think you look at someone adopting, because like earlier you told me that you would say it's impermissible to adopt a cat, but I'll just like re-ask the question for clarity. But like if someone was vegan, they went out and they adopted like a cat, um, and they fed the cat a vegan diet, like you think that will be impermissible? Like you would look at them and say you did something bad, because you did say that at some point. You did say that it would be bad to do it, and now like I think it's like you're contradicting yourself right now, because you just said it's like in both cases, um, it could be a good thing or whatever, or like you're saying you're
I'm
agnostic about it right now. Like I'm not seeing a consistent pattern of answering.
okay. So what I told you was, I think it's bad rescuing the cat or
Right.
any any animal. I'm not saying it's bad to. I mean, here's what I'm trying to say. You're not attacking the issue. I told you the issue is that we're breeding these animals to be an accessory, and when you rescue, quote unquote, rescue an animal, what you're basically doing is you're bringing them into your home and turning them into another pet for you. So basically, you just did the same thing, only you didn't pay for it. But there's no difference. You're still treating an animal as a thing,
Wait, what do you
even if
mean?
you think you're
What do you mean
rescuing
by
them.
treating them as a thing? Like what does that mean?
Yeah, you have them in your home. You rule. You basically rule over them, telling them what they're going to eat or when they're going to eat or what they're going to do, and they're just your yeah. They're basically just your slave. You're an accessory, a living, breathing accessory to you,
Like
even if you rescue
wait,
them.
what do you mean by like like a slave, like, or like an accessory? Like what do you mean by that?
Yeah, they have to. They obey your commands and stuff. Well, cats don't obey anything, so who knows? But but dogs definitely do. So, you basically just have someone who will just do whatever you want them to do. They do your bidding, and their existence just revolves around you, and they depend on you now to
Mm-hmm.
continue existing. But this is a wrong thing to do because we only did that from the beginning just so we could have this living accessory of a thing because we don't view animals as worthy enough to have their own lives. So we modify these animals
Wait,
into this
like
domesticated
one
version of
sec, one
themselves.
sec. So you're saying that like it's bad because like there's a primary motivation or something like that. Is that what you're saying? That the primary motivation is to like uh have them as an accessory? Like is that why you think it's bad?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's say that's not the case. Like let's say the primary motivation is to just spare them the suffering that they're gonna endure on the streets or whatever.
But if you want to spare them the suffering, what you should do, because here's the problem with this hypothetical: you're just attacking like just one individual case or several cases. Let's say you rescue several animals or whatever it is, or just one.
Yeah,
You're
like
not really
the
doing
motivation
at
the
that
motivation
point.
for
You're
rescue is just that like there's a bunch of
yes,
suffering they're gonna go through on the streets, which they
yeah,
won't
sure,
go
but
through when they are like living inside, and that's just what you're
okay,
going to, and that's just the motivation.
all right, I understand that. But here's the thing: you're putting your time, effort, money, resources into this instead of advocating for the end of the mass breeding of these animals, which should be what you should be doing. Because you can, uh,
Wait, what
if
do you
everyone
mean?
who, yeah, that's what you should be doing. You should be advocating for the stoppage of these practices, so there would not be any
I
more animals
wait,
on the street
that
that you
seems,
have to
wait, that
rescue.
seems compatible. Like you could do both.
I mean, could you? I don't know. I mean, it takes away from your time and resources that you could allocate
Yeah,
to just
so
advocate
does
for the.
sleeping, so does pooping. Like, what are you saying? So I
I
mean, I'll
mean,
just come back to my
sure,
question,
but
right? Like okay, let's just come back to the question. Like we've derailed quite a bit. Like the point is that, sorry, the question just is that like somebody is adopting a cat. They are vegan. They're gonna keep the cat vegan. Versus somebody adopting like a human, they're gonna raise the human vegan, whatever. Like do you think one is bad and the other is not bad?
uh, but I don't have the answer for that. Like, to me, I don't know. What can I tell you? To me, like I just told you, I think.
So
Oh
just to
yeah,
be
you know
clear,
what?
you're
Yeah,
agnostic
I'm.
about it, right?
Yeah,
Like you're agnostic about whether it's a good or
no, you
bad
know what?
thing.
I'm gonna give this answer. It would not. I mean, I don't know in the case of the human if it's bad or not because there's still some. It would be. I don't know. There's many variables there, but the animal, like I said, you're not attacking the real issue, which is the mass breeding of this animal
So
for
like,
that purpose.
what's the answer? Like, is that a yes? Like, what
So
is it one is one bad and the other not bad, or like what?
uh, yeah, I'm gonna go with it's bad to adopt the animal, and it's uh, I don't know if there's could be a variable on the human side.
So wait, it's bad to adopt the animal, but not bad to adopt the human. Is that the answer?
In let's say in like yeah, at first glance, yeah, it could be not bad to adopt the human.
Yeah. So what's the symmetry breaker?
I mean, because also the human could be someone to grow up, and you never know what they could do. Maybe
Yeah,
they
we are
finally are the
wanting all of
person
that
who.
away. Like all of that is just wanted away. That's not gonna happen. So yeah.
No, no, no. But I mean, like, I mean, well, if we're going to not consider the variables of that human growing up and doing something either positive or negative
No,
or
my I
whatever it
mean
is,
we are wanting that away. We are considering a case where that's not gonna happen. Like you think it's good to again like I don't even know. So it's bad to adopt the cat, but not bad to adopt the human, right?
I mean, in that case, if it's just for your some selfish purpose, then yeah, it would be bad. The two instances
The motivation
would
in
be bad.
both case is the same. The motivation in both cases is to just give them a better life, to like spare them of the suffering they're going to endure on the streets. So is it good to adopt the is it bad to adopt the cat but good to or like is it bad to adopt the cat but not bad to adopt the human, or no, like what's your like what's the answer exactly?
Mm, I don't know at this point. I don't know anymore. What can I tell you?
Okay, so you're agnostic about whether it's okay to adopt a human, but and it's bad to like adopt like a cat. You're agnostic about those questions.
I mean, there's I don't know. There's too many. Again, there's like too many things to consider. Now, if you're saying, well, the motive is to just give them a better life, whatever, but you're still not attacking the real issue. So to me, it's like
Wait,
it's
so like
a not.
one sec. So what's the answer? So like it's you're like agnostic about the question. Like you don't know what the answer is. Like you have no attitude one way or the other.
Mm, yeah, in this regard, I don't exactly have like the like right now. I don't know really what to make of it.
Do you want to take time to think about it or something?
No, not really. Actually, I don't want to think about it
Okay.
anymore. I don't want to give it another second thought to this.
Okay, so I guess that's all I wanted to ask you.
All right.
Yeah. Uh, so I guess we'll catch up later. I guess. Like if you want to talk later or something like that, you can just ping me. Uh, but for now, I guess we're done.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Cool. Have a
So
nice
yeah.
day then.
All right. Yeah, you too.
Yeah. Bye bye.